Hi, I'm Alan James, president of Cupe 3261. I've been president since 2012, and never did I expect that our local would face the kind of challenges that we're experiencing today. Workers in our local, all over Canada and across the world, are losing their jobs, surviving on government assistance, and drawing from their savings. As we deal with this unprecedented time, I'm reminded of the quote by Earl Nightingale. Don't let the fear of times in which will take to accomplish something stand in the way of you doing it. This time will pass anyways. We might just as well put the passing times to the best possible use. As much as things are bad, we must be grateful for this life, our loved ones, and the people we work with. None of us, including myself, ever imagined this pandemic would affect us and the world in this way. I want you to know I've heard your concerns, your anxiety, not knowing when this is going to end and what is going to happen to our jobs. Some of us have been laid off, and many others fear the same happening to them. Some of us had their hours reduced, are being paid less, or have had vacation days taken away. Many are simply scared of coming to work at risk of infection. Things are beginning to open up again, and certain operations at the university may resume. Maintaining physical distances, avoiding crowds, wearing proper PPE such as masks, and frequent washing our hands and not touching our face remained important responsibility to all of us. Your union is doing its part by advocating for your rights in the workplace, including health and safety protection. We take the health and safety of our members and every members of the broader University of Toronto community seriously. We will continue to ask the university to work with us to ensure confidence in returning to campus. We will get through this together. The union is not an address of the building or one person. It is each of its members united and stronger together. We have each other's backs. We are here if you need anything, and if you feel unsafe or anxious for any reason, don't hesitate to let me or your shop steward know. We are here for you.
Recently, we have been inspired by the many protests all over the world demanding racial and economic justice, including the call to immediately end police violence while redirecting police funding to support better social services. These are issues that are not new to us. The question we must ask ourselves moving forward, what are we willing to do to change our situation? Do we accept things as the way they are and move on with our lives? Or do we fight to achieve the equity and justice that everyone deserves? We all have a role to play, and silence is not an option. We can all start by simply talking to our friends, family, and colleagues. Some of these conversations may be difficult, but they are an important step towards justice. Here at Cupe 3261, we stand against all forms of oppression and discrimination, and stand in solidarity with our Black, Brown, Indigenous brothers and sisters. Please visit our website for more resources on how we can help as allies.
This union is not just the president or the executive. It is every single one of us. We must all work together to improve our working conditions, such as by ensuring we achieve strong language in the collective agreement. We all have a stake in the success of this local. We know very well how much our members are struggling. Our jobs can be difficult, and we don't get much recognition either. A lot of us are on our feet all day, doing heavy lifting or repetitive tasks, constantly facing difficult environments like scorching summer heat, or frigid winters, or being exposed to chemicals, and recently, increasingly threatened of getting sick with COVID-19. Many of us are simply exhausted, physically and mentally. We may not get the same recognition as others in the university, but the work we do is absolutely vital in helping keep the university a safe and caring place for every member of our U of T community, including students. Despite growth in the student population and demand over the years, staffing and support have not kept up with this growth to help us do our jobs. We've also seen our caretakers slowly contracted out with lower paid workers. We have casual workers who get paid less despite doing the same work as their full and part-time colleagues. We have too many workers being hired temporarily with little job security. There's favoritism and nepotism that needs to be challenged, and sometimes we face abuse, discrimination, and harassment in the workplace. At the same time, we haven't seen decent wage increases for a very long time. The collective agreement is our strongest tool to protect and support workers, and an active membership that knows its rights is the most reliable way to ensure real protection. We need more stewards, more health and safety activists, more of us stepping up to say that together we are the union, and together we will improve our working conditions and our lives.
By working together, our union can accomplish real change, whether it's equal pay for equal work, ending contracting out, better scheduling rules, higher wage increases, better equipment, more job security, or reducing workloads. But I can't do it alone. Our membership must be strong and active to have true bargaining power. When we go into bargaining, we need strong support from each of you to have the backs of the negotiating committee so we can be prepared to fight back concessions. We know tough times are ahead, but with high participation and bargaining power, we can achieve real gains. We have to recognize and understand the process. Grievance can take a long time, and sometimes the resolution to an issue you are facing may be months away. Meanwhile, many of the problems we face simply aren't protected by the collective agreement or the law. This is why negotiations are so important. It means more than just looking at the pay scale every 3 years when making a decision on accepting a tentative agreement. It means supporting the negotiating committee every step of the way and being ready to mobilize when threatened with concessions. As service workers, we are what keeps the university running. When the time comes, we need to remind each other of that. When we stand together,
When we stand together,
When we stand together, we are strong.
we are strong.
we are strong.